I broke down the different movements into two categories, and there's force producers, and then there are other muscles that need to have more endurance and control. And so, like the flexion, abdominal flexion, where you can bear down into the horse, is going to be one that needs to be able to produce force. Today we're going to load some of your trunk stuff that we've been doing. So we're going to put it under load with some of the machines, and then we're going to check what we finished off last time with, which was downward rotation of the scapula, which are the guys that keep your shoulders down.
Yes, that was a focus this weekend. I do better. I think about relaxing my armpits, but I don't know if for whatever reason that makes me improve the weekend. As opposed to like shoulders down. I'm like, so I start doing crazy things, and someone's like, relax your armpits. I'm like, oh,
I like to think of it as almost like pulling your shoulders away from your ears.
right.
So shoulders away from the ears, and then we'll also be doing, so we'll do trunk rotation, we'll load that. We have trunk flexion, which is the bear down muscles. When you're getting kind of pulled, it's the ones that you push your seat into the horse with.
Yes, yeah.
So we have to say extended, shoulders down, and then you also have to be able to engage your lower abdominals to push down without losing this.
Yes.
Yeah. So I forget who I was talking to. I broke down the different movements into two categories, and there's force producers, and then there are other muscles that need to have more endurance and control. And so, like the flexion, abdominal flexion, where you can bear down into the horse, is going to be one that needs to be able to produce force. So like if each of your muscles have a certain amount of power that they can use at any time, almost like if you were thinking about like watts of a battery, like some muscles may be able to produce a little bit of power, some we need to be able to produce more power, because there's some muscles like your abdominals that when the horse pulls on you, you need to be able to amp it up when need be, right? So you need to be able to bear down hard as it is pulling on you, so that way you don't get pulled and you're not leaning back. So they're force producers, which are trunk flexion, and which we'll do today. So we need to make sure that that can produce more than a lot of these other muscles, specifically for riding. And then we haven't got to it quite yet, but the other force producer is your ability to extend your arms back behind you. So when the horse is pulling, to be able to hold your elbows down and back, it's going to be one that helps as well. And so being able to bring your arms backwards, there's arm extension. It's going to be another force producer. So the two of those together, because we can stay here, and when we need to, when we feel like we're getting pulled, you can bear down and draw the elbows down and back and hold there without losing position, right? And then the endurance muscles, or the ones that we want to train to be more endurance based and control, are going to be a lot of the hip stuff. You need to be able to control your hips independently without constantly either squeezing the horse or pushing down the horse. You need to be able to move these things forward.
I do a lot of this.
Yeah, so we're going to train today the hips a little bit more in stabilization, so being able to independently move them, and then like the trunk stuff, be able to apply more force to it, so we can train those to be a little bit stronger to hold the stuff that we need to. And then we're going to check and see how your scapula are moving as far as going down. Can they go through a full range of motion down? Because if you have one that goes down well and one that doesn't quite go down well, it can cause compensation. So we need to make sure all the muscles that pull the scapula down can evenly do it on both sides. Your mobility, especially in your left shoulder, but going through all the muscles that pull the scapula down, so keeping your shoulders down. And then we just worked we did your strengthened your trunk, rotation, flexion. We even did side bending to try to continue to level out
Right,
the
yeah.
hip height level. And then you got to do some of the stabilization in the hip, go on hip flexion and external rotation.
Yeah,
there.
this one, I mean, the left one was much better.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to continue to become the best rider you can be for as long as possible, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to continue to put out videos and allowing you to get the most out of your body so you can get the most out of your horse.